It's cold outside, so it is a great night for chili. So I'm going to show you just how I make mine. I will make sure to include all of the ingredients down in the description box. So I really hope that you enjoy this recipe. So let's get started. Alright, so I have browned 1.5 pounds of ground beef. And to that, my spices that I'm going to show you that I've added is I added 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of thyme, 1 teaspoon of herbs of Providence. I added a fourth a teaspoon of ground mustard, and then I added 1/8 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and that is optional, but I added it for a little bit of spice. I did two tablespoons of onion, chopped onion, and then I did 2 tablespoons of chili powder. Now to this I'm going to be adding some brown sugar to it. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of brown sugar to this also. So I'm going to get the brown sugar in that and get it stirred up, and then I'm going to turn the heat back on and I'll show you what else we're going to add. Okay, so I put the brown sugar in there, and I'm going to turn the stove on to a medium heat. But I'm going to get all this mixed up. I like to get all the spices and everything mixed up before I put the all the liquid stuff in there, or stuff that has liquid, I guess I should say, with the liquid, just so I know that it got mixed up and seasoned every bit of the hamburger. Okay, so to this, now I'm going to add my canned items, because I can dry beans, and to make chili beans, I canned tomatoes this year out of our garden, and as well as the juice. Now if you don't have that, you're more than welcome to go to the store, just pick out what kind of, I always like the petite diced tomatoes because I don't like big chunks. And I just did them in these pint-sized jelly jars, or pint-sized jars. So you're going to need 1 can of tomatoes, and then you're going to need 1 can of chili beans, and then you're going to need a 1 can of tomato juice. And I believe it's the 64 ounce if you get it at the store. They usually sell them in a big giant can, or some of them come in plastic bottles. So that's all that I've added. Now I have half cooked beans, so I actually have to cook this a little bit longer. Now with you buying store beans, they're already fully cooked, but when I pressure can them, you're only supposed to cook them halfway, and then when you cook them, it does the rest of the cooking. So the other things that I'm going to add is some pepper. I'm probably going to put about 1/4 teaspoon of pepper in there, and I'm going to add about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay, I'm going to get this stirred up. I'm going to keep this on a medium heat for about an hour, because I need to let those beans cook, and I want everything to kind of blend together with all those spices, and as well as the sugar. Now everybody kind of wonders why you put sugar in there. You want to kind of eliminate some of the acid in the tomato, because it could make the bite really hard, and not really sour, but it's very potent. So you want to put some type of sugar in there, whether you put a date in there. If you don't buy sugars and you have dates at home, you can do that, or you can use brown sugar, and some people even use white sugar. They all do about the same effect. You just want to take that acidity and take it down a little bit. So I will bring you back in about an hour when it's fully cooked, so you can see it. But you just want to keep it on a medium heat. If it really starts to boil a lot, you want to turn it down to a low heat, and I'll probably do that. I'm going to let it boil for probably a good half hour, 40 minutes, and then check it, and then see how it's doing. And if it's boiling really good, then I'll probably turn it down. So this is basically it. Chili is not hard, but we'll be back soon. Alright, so we are back. I turned it down, but the last 5 minutes I turned it up just to where I could get it really, really hot, and just double check, make sure the beans were cooked and the tomatoes are good, but really just wanted to focus on the beans since I only half cook them. Obviously, like I said before, if you got them from the store, you wouldn't have to do this. So my oven's off, and I'm gonna let this cool down just a smidge, but this looks really, really good. Now you can add noodles in there if you like. My husband doesn't like noodles, so I just don't put them in there. If I want noodles, then I'll just boil me a little pot of water and I'll just add them to mine, or my kids like noodles, so I'll add it to theirs. But I mean, it looks really, really great. It's a really simple, easy recipe. Chili's not hard. It goes a long way. If you have any left, if you go to the store, and where I found the cheapest is the Dollar Tree, and you get 15 freezer bags, like quart size, for $1. So that's actually a really, really good deal on those. Not unless you have a coupon or they have some on sale. Sometimes you can find the holiday ones. But if you have any of this left, you know, let it, make sure it's all the way cool, or put it in the fridge till the next day and pop it in one of those freezer baggies and throw it in the freezer. And then on a cold day, if you're ready for, you know, a bowl of chili and you're if you're a single person, or, you know, husband and wife, whatever, boyfriend, girlfriend, and you just have a couple bowls in there, then just go ahead and put that in a baggie and put it in the freezer and save it for a day that, well, you want some chili, but you know, either you just don't have the money to get it all, or you just don't feel like making it again, and you can just pop that right out of the freezer and put it in the microwave. So it's something easy to do, especially in the winter time. You know, it's got great benefits in there for you, you know, proteins in the beans, and you got the tomatoes in there and the tomato juice, which is good for you. So, and adding all these different kinds of spices in there, but also helping with that cold and flu season of putting something hot in your belly. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please give me that thumbs up, and I hope that you all have a blessed day, and thanks for watching.